7 power is super relevant.
Yep.
I do think Mike is right. I think you
Check
slide
this.
the shark.
We
in.
add the shark. We
What?
add the shark, and we take out the sails, and we throw in 3 pirate life.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think you need
burn,
Pirate
bro.
Life in this though.
It's burn, bro. It's burn. It's an extra reach.
Wait, bring it back. What can sing Pirates Life?
I don't know if we can't bring it back. I think
Yeah,
Everything.
Stefan
Everything can sing Pirates
I
Life.
think it's depending on how many of your cards can actually sing Pirates Life.
So
actually
let's
play
see.
Pirates.
They've got the shark itself, obviously, if you add that. There's
Maximus.
the Goofy, Maximus,
Yamatoa.
and Tamatoa. I think that's it because the next row was Maui, the 5 cost.
I could see it. Maybe like 2 though. Just to,
But is Maximus worth singing because he quests for 2? So that's always
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
It's,
Guys,
it's
you
probably
can
not.
think- you
And
can
same
think
with
together,
Same
Tamatoa.
with Tamatoa.
The only
You
one
can
that does it
think
is
together.
Goof.
You can sing together, boys.
True.
Oh my
True.
god.
no, you could. I mean, you
Right.
could sing together for sure. So like,
Cogsworth and Bell, maybe, but it's still 2.
yeah. I mean, Maui and anything else can sing. Like that's
Yeah,
probably the value.
Maui Tinkerbell could probably sing Pirates Life quite often.
Scrooge
Anyways.
McDuck and Grammatala and anything else can sing it. It doesn't matter. Anybody can sing it.
Less lore. But I think it's just like it might even just be a hard play to just close out a game. You get so much
Yeah.
free lore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like 18 and you're just like Pirates Life game. Like you don't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to play this actually too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it a second.
Yeah, you red blue players, try it out.
Red
Sweet.
blue.
Make some
What do
fun
we call
changes.
this? Red blue cheese, bro.
I also think I'd want brawls in this. somewhere,
Maximum
but
lore. See, he's got the name.
Maximum.
It's definitely a cool.
Yeah,
cool
if you have
take on it.
chart brawls, not bad. It get rid of some things that are really problematic for you.
Yeah, like Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo. Because really,
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got the goof there. That's probably what he's there for mostly.
yeah, but you got to get to 6, bro.
That's a
Yeah,
long
true.
ways away.
Yeah, Diablo's drawn so many cards by that time.
All right. No, actually, the way you get rid of Diablo is you quest Bell with your Scepter of Arendelle, pump Tinkerbell, swing Tinkerbell into.
You could, but then you lose the Tinker.
No, yeah, this is like, how do you enter a shift Diablo on this? Like, you don't.
This guy probably dodged green, so green purple because I feel like it would be tough if you're getting.
Yeah, definitely be tough. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Difficult.
I was trying to fix the YouTube messages. They're not coming through. Might be a restream issue, so I apologize for you watching on YouTube. If you want to interact with us, we are also live on Twitch, so that way you can communicate with us there. So try to see if I can get that fixed before the next show. Okay, so now that we cover that, and it sounds like everybody here is going to be taking this to Set Champs this weekend. It does look like a fun list, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see 1 or 2 people trying this out locally, just because how fast things move down here. But yeah, so the other topic that I wanted to touch base on today was the events that have transpired in the last 40 hours. So yeah, let's talk about our ticket buying experience for the first DLC of season 2 for Disney Lorcana challenges. How'd you guys fare? Like, what? Talk to me. Tell me what your day was like in the morning. Like, you know, like just there was the calm before the storm, and then there was the pre-storm before the storm, and there's the storm that got blown away to another location. So let's talk about that.
All right, who wants to go first?
I can go first because I had kids screaming at me because I thought I had
Your whole
till
team was
12.
there, huh?
I told the wife, hey, I need to be, on my own at 12, like 11:55 or whatever. So let me get some stuff done around the house so I don't get bothered for that time. And I can sit there for however long it would take to get the tickets and be good. Like that's what I do for these kinds of things. Sure enough, I get a text at like 11:05 or whatever it was. We got to go. The things are live, blah, blah, blah. So now my wife isn't happy because I took an hour of her life away because I needed her to watch the kids, and, they're screaming and blah, blah, blah. But after refreshing the page for an hour, I didn't get anywhere. And Nassif, my hero, posted the link in our Discord, in the SFLN Discord. and I clicked that and got my Eventbrite ticket right away. So
Nice.
the happy ending to the story, but what a frustrating experience. I can't believe that they would update it through a Discord and not pause things and reset everything. There's a lot of questions for how this was handled.
Yeah, it's tough because I mean, like, obviously, you want to hope that there are good actors throughout the entire scenario, but I think in the reality of it, everyone was in a situation where like, I need to get these tickets by any means necessary, right? So whether it was like taking advantage of the fact that the tickets were posted an hour earlier, which I did see some conversation about the fact that they didn't consider for daylight savings. So
Bruh.
you know, because
Daylight savings was like
Bro,
4 months ago.
no,
Bro.
but I meant in the sense of like the time difference, right?
you
So
know,
like,
you know what this reminded me of, bro?
what's that?
Has anybody here seen Jingle All the Way?
Oh, you're
Yeah, I mean,
Christmas
1,000 years
movie?
ago.
Bro, this ticket was a freaking Turbo Man doll, bro. This was like, I need that Turbo Man doll, and I will do whatever it takes to get that Turbo Man doll. And I mean, bro, just like the comments after, like the responses, even from Ravensburg. I mean, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone, bro. I'm like, is this a dream? Like, it was like the craziest thing. I'm like, Ray's messaging me, Jack's messaging me, Hector's messaging me. We're like, bro, we're sitting here. It's in the cart. We can't check out. They launched it early. Now it's here. But then all of a sudden, I'm like, bro, this 503 gateway, the website's down. I'm like, okay.
403, baby.
403, baby. Then Jack's like, oh, bro, it's sold out. I'm like, bro, okay, whatever. We missed it. He's like, yeah, there was an Eventbrite link. I didn't even know there was an Eventbrite link.
Yeah.
Then like 5 hours later, it gives me the ticket off the other one that I checked out with like 45 times. And I'm like, what is even happening?
Yeah, I got charged in the morning during the first chaos. 11:16, they charged my card for the ticket, but never sent me an email or anything. And then I was finally able to check out at like 7:15 p.m. and got charged again and did get an email and stuff. So, you know,
Yeah, I had, like-
I haven't refunded the first charge yet because I'm like hoping, you know, like they've said they're honoring any. If you had a repeat, you're good. So
Yeah, I had 7 pending charges
Yeah.
for the same price. I'm like, what is this?
yeah, it was wild.
I'm like,
But
I got a ticket because my dad's won't. Hey, real
Hey.
talk though, my dad needs a ticket. So anybody that may have gotten an extra one, hit your boy up.
yeah,
Yeah.
baby, tell Walt to get one for Mike Senior too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my ticket in the cart from the original site, and did run into those bad gateway and forbidden errors for quite some time. But yes, Nassif just saving a bunch of people's butts down here, posting the Eventbrite link, because that Eventbrite link was posted in the Pastime Events Discord, which I don't know what happened either during or after the fact, but someone told me that they were unable to get into the Pastime Events Discord.
I think it was posted on Lorcana's Discord, not Pastime Events.
It was both.
it was both. It was like one was at like 12:01 though. One was like a minute after.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And obviously we found out today from the Lorecast that they probably only put 1,300 tickets up on Eventbrite because they weren't exactly sure how many tickets they had sold. I mean, we saw
They left with the
400.
buffer, right?
Yeah, so they left the buffer. So they said they have at least 300 tickets that'll be going back on sale. So for those of you that did not get a ticket, there is still a chance that you can get a ticket to Milwaukee. But yeah, it was
that's
Pretty
Hunger
rough.
Games. 300 tickets is Hunger Games, bro. May the
Bro,
odds
this
be in
is
your favor, bro.
Yeah, it's brutal.
yes and no, because you got to think that a lot of people already got tickets. I would hope that people aren't trying to. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I have a question, Mikey.
Mhm.
How many people? If this event was like uncapped, how many people you think would like buy a ticket? Day one, uncapped.
How many would buy it if it was uncapped?
Uncapped.
5,000.
Yeah, I think 5,000 is probably like the right number.
I think 10.
So then, if only how many people? If only 1,300 people got tickets, that means you still have like 3,700 people about to fight for 300 tickets.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Oh, what?
That's a good. I mean,
Many-
it's hard. It's so hard because when you look at tournaments as a whole for Lorcana, and I know the official tournaments are just completely different, so you're comparing apples to oranges. But the competitive scene, the set champs, if you took all the set champs that happen in North America, I don't think it would equal 5,000 people, right? And there's people that are playing in multiple. You know, like if you took a set champ season, took all the player pool from that, I doubt you'd be scratching 2,000.
Right.
Because
No,
but-
that
Like
that's,
across the whole country?
no, I think that's a little off. Because you could check like they had like a little tracker or something in the map that said how many set champs were taking place. So
Yeah.
even if you do like a margin of error where you cut off like 20-30% of those, the number of promos given out was like an insane amount. So you divide that by 8, I guess, for top 8, and you're still got a good amount. But what I want to add to that is so there's like this elo tracker on X that people use, and then they have a list for between the 10 DLCs that happened last year. I think it tracked about 12,000 players that attended all of those, obviously. So those were 12,000 different names, right? And I know the cap was, so some of them was 1,000. So that means there was a lot of people.
But that's across both. That's across both. You know, all 3 DLCs, right? Or 3 continents.
That's all. Yeah, that's all the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like you would really just have to know how many stores are official stores that have set champs, and then maybe multiply it by like 18 to 20. And just assume that's like an average of how many stores get. And then,
No, but even then, you know, a lot of people. So what happens is a lot of people, even if that's what happens in every aspect, you buy the ticket first and you figure out how the hell you're gonna get there. So I still think with the game being so popular and we haven't done crap for 8 months, that they're like, hey, so next week they're like, hey, we got a DLC in Florida. Who's going? Let me tell you, we got 10,000 people will show up, right?
Yeah.
For now. But if it continues like this and it continues to be very like these droughts, people aren't. They're just gonna kind of like lose interest. I think they'll still always cap their events.
But how do you fix it? I guess that's like the big question, and I don't know what the answer is. It should be more people. I think more people is the easy answer. But let's say you cannot add capacity. You're stuck with 2,000 tickets, just over 2,000 tickets. What is the best way to get that to people that you believe will play your game and are known for playing it? However, what's your guys' way of fixing that?
No, you can't fix that. Like, but increasing the capacity, it's definitely like an alleviating step right here, because you gotta understand let's take my example. Let's take me, for example, right? I was super depressed the day of the tickets because everybody was getting tickets. And in my mind, I was like, this is insane. The last official tournament I played was Continentals in January 6th. And then possibly, if I get lucky, I'm going to play another official tournament in January. So a whole year of grinding out this game because we love the game. You know, we've met a lot of people. It's super fun to compete. And then you go 8 months missing, not a single word. And now all of a sudden we're back to the toddler stage, right? Like, so I was feeling super depressed. On top of that, like stressful family moments. So I was up at 6 a.m., like going to work. And then Monty posted a message saying, hey, the tickets went on early. So he got me. I was fuming. I was like, there's no way this happened. And then the funny thing is, 20, 30 minutes later, somebody starts messaging and they're like, hey, the tickets are live and it's early. So in my mind, I'm like, bro, you guys fucking effing around with us? Like, like this makes no sense. Like, what's going on? And then the tickets went live early. We got the 502, the 403s. I clicked like 25 times. Thank God I made an account the night before with my credit card.
Mm-hmm.
So after like an hour and a half, like every step, I had to refresh like 40 times. So I was like, all right, we clicked on the ticket, refresh 40 times. We got to the type of badge 40 times. We added it to the cart, froze 40 times. And then it showed me the screen to check out. And then as soon as it showed me the screen of checking out, somebody sent a message. They're like, well, tickets are gone. And then a minute later, they're like, well, guys, we're opening a new link. Good luck. Like 1 minute before the thing went live. So it was like, it's freaking crazy. Like that is for a company that should know what they have. Like that was just insane. Like I know, and people shouldn't get like super upset and like crazy and go lash out at people, but it's imagine our frustration. We haven't had an event for 8 months, no communication, and I know like Juck says, he's like, oh, you know what? We're just gonna get news on a new review or a pack rush. Yeah, like, what do you think? We're like 2 years old.
The first fabled card. The first fabled card.
Right? It's like, well, you couldn't get a ticket, but here's some cards that you could buy next month. Here you go, bam.
And I do,
but they didn't end up doing that, you know, which is.
I
didn't even watch it.
It's unfortunate. I did actually watch. This is one of the first forecasts I watched.
Bro, honestly, I should have watched it. We actually moved the whole store around today, so I was really, really busy. Yeah. Again, so this is Southside Gaming version 16 for you guys to come by.
What did you guys move around? Because I noticed the picture.
You gotta come.
It's crazy.
You gotta come to
the
see.
Entire
bro.
place has been
researched. So if you live in Florida, you could compare Southside to like the Palmetto. Like, I've lived in this country 30 years. 30 years. And let me tell you, they're always working on the Palmetto with new roads and never just finishes construction. So that's what Southside is. Every time you go, they're always doing some crazy stuff.
Bro, it's like a deck. You can always make it better. There's always that one little optimization. But I would like to answer Mikey's question too. Like, how do you fix it? Like, it's very hard. Like, you know, in this current structure, I think if I was Ravensburger and I'm looking at it, clearly there's a reason there's only 3 deals, right? Whether it's they can't do more, they don't want to do more, they're kind of like want to lean away from that. You know, I think like the one thing they could do is, we don't know anything about these CCQ prizes, right? We don't know anything. We know the winner gets a Nats invite.
I will say today they kind of talked about sheets.
Did they? Okay, so uncut
sheets. So I think that is probably going to be.
But an uncut sheet of commons and uncommons, like.
So they didn't say that.
Yeah, they said there's a bunch, like there's certain tournaments they say it at the bottom. It says like uncut sheet of commons, then of rares, like different uncut sheets.
That's
right?
still cool though.
Yeah, I mean there's like no matter what the rarity is of the cards themselves, the uncut sheet will have rarity and value, right?
Yeah, because it's a collector's item.
Let's make SSG cut sheets, right? Like, just I'm gonna bring the cards from one set that we put on a common. We get a frame, we put them all together and tape them together, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just, it doesn't seem. No. It doesn't seem like it's crazy. And like freaking Brian said, oh, Hector didn't get a ticket, skill issue. I strongly felt like my lack of use of technology was the cause. So I will be signing up for a course and I'm learning all this stuff.
Someone needs to de-boomer him.
No, somebody has to. They're gonna have to start paying somebody to get him a ticket.
Imagine my luck that they post this thing, like 3 different people send me the link, and with my luck, I click on the link. All right, it starts refreshing as like I added the ticket to the cart, and then the little circle starts going and going and going. I'm like, come on, bro, let's go. And then I don't know where you didn't add a single ticket. And then I try to add it again, and they were like, it's sold out. And then meanwhile, everybody's crying in the chat, we got a ticket. We got a ticket. This was a smooth process. Smooth my ass. It was horrible.
But what I was going to say is like the prizing and the CCQ, if they want to make the DLC something that like you don't care too much about, right? You don't care if you miss, they would have to take that prizing and scale it up at a CCQ, where like if you enter, you get a foil Pegasus.
They mentioned that too.
If
like
you
that could happen, but
if you get
even then, I think just the one invite, scales up an event like no other.
No,
without even adding that other stuff.
No, but what I'm saying is like, so Mike, if you can go to a CCQ and you can get the Pegasus, the Mulan, the Simba, the Elsa, and the Playmat, you just can't get the Mickey. Right? So the only thing off the table is the Mickey and the trophy. Do you feel better that you can go do that 24 possible times?
That's across both continents, though.
But you can't get into a big DLC.
Do I feel better about it?
Do you feel better? Because the only thing
the promos to me are for the birds. I don't give 2 craps about the promos. I want the slot that is going to get me into nationals or continentals as a qualifier. I don't care about the other stuff. So anything else outside of that is just gravy, in my opinion. I doesn't matter to me.
Spoken like a true player. And now somebody said they're doing a bot for the DLC ticket. send me a DM. We could
That's
talk on the
Chad.
side.
That's
I
Chad.
will.
Yeah, that's Chad.
Chad?
We get a DLC ticket bought for all of Freedom
Bro.
Gaming.
For no, but
Southside.
Chad
Yeah.
said just for a single ticket. It buys one ticket and then it clocks out.
No.
Bro, I'll take it. I will pay you. And then somebody says I'll stab someone. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that old either, but I stay away from technology for the reason that the wife is around. Because if I get too much into the computer, and then it's already enough stressful, man. I already get arguments for the cards. I can't get argument for the technology and computer.
So do you guys think a lottery system is potential?
Dude, I did it for Japan and it was super easy. Like I don't know why they don't just do that.
I think
Because you
well,
got your
I-
ticket there. And
No,
of course
but-
it
but
felt
even,
good.
but even if I didn't get the ticket, I could be like, okay, I tried.
The thing with lottery, and this is the problem when you have a small cap size. Like obviously the number one answer, and Hector alluded to this, is more players. If we have bigger venues, bigger events, like this is kind of a non-factor. But with 2,000 players, if you go to a lottery system, what's going to end up happening is there's a very high chance you only play in one or two. You're not going to play in all three, because the way the lottery system is going to work is once you got that ticket, you go back to the back of the line right now. So all those other people are going to go in front of you again. All the people that didn't get to go to the last event, they're going to go in first, and then they're going to start over again. So there's going to be some people that don't get to go multiple times. I'm not a huge fan of the lottery, but
Do you think they would do it like that, where they would like? You don't think it's just completely random?
No. They've said that it's like it would be a that's what they use for. They just did that first chapter box where you got the opportunity to buy it.
Okay.
When they do stuff like that, it basically you enter your email
Yeah.
and then it goes, "Hey, this person has entered XYZ lotteries and hasn't won a single one yet,
I
right?
don't-
So
I
you're
don't-
pushed up above
Yeah, I don't
other
like-
people."
I don't like that. I think it should
Yeah.
be complete, because then you just make new emails.
Well, no, because remember, you get
You're
the
better
value
every
from
time you
reusing
miss.
email, so you're actually incentivized to not make new emails.
No, but once you get the
once
hit,
you get a hit,
then
sure,
you come in
yeah.
with a new email. No, I think
I mean that
think
that
this
could
is
be.
complete random. thing. Like
I
you
also
could go to
think-
all or you could go to none.
Look, man, David, this has been going on for how long have we had a competitive circuit? For like a year, right? And then they went 8 months blank. First of all, you have like the golden goose in your hand. So seek guidance from people that could do this right. There's been TCGs for 30 years, right? And people have been doing this for a long time. So seek the guidance of the proper people. That's number one, right? Eventually, that's what they're doing, right? They're bringing in players into, to work at the company to influence the game, which that's great. They're going in the right direction. But you can't just say, hey, we got a lot of good things coming for you, disappear for 8 months, and then things get worse, So seek the proper guidance, set up a game plan, and then execute it. I know it's easier said than done, but at some point, if you're a company and you're getting the funds and you got the support and you have a year, look, I don't like to, compare anything, but then you got PBG who they threw it on them. And in a year, they did what, 6 events back to back to back to back, and they made it happen. The beginning was a little rough, so people were criticizing them, but then after that, they stepped it up, things got better, and we got the competition, right? There's always going to be somebody complaining, but at some point, we need to see some sort of improvement, not just, hey, we're going to get better, and then it just gets worse and worse. So it makes you not want to play. I legitimately consider not playing anymore because all my friends were getting tickets. If you know me, like I'm really into this game. The little time that I have, I try to go play and practice, and then all my friends got tickets, and I'm here like, damn, this really sucks. I'm not gonna be able to go, and people are like, oh, buy an attendee badge. If I get an attendee badge, I'm gonna go and flip tables in the middle of rounds.
Heck,
Yeah,
hold on. What if this isn't what they wanted for their game?
Probably not. I agree with you there.
That's a whole another
I think
topic.
that maybe they wanted to keep it casual, right?
Here's
They
the thing,
didn't.
what if they're really trying to be like, we're gonna appease you guys as much as we can appease you guys, but this is not the goal. This is not what we're trying to do.
I think that a lottery system would actually be more indicative of that, because then you wouldn't have these sweaty people that get to play, and like Brian just mentioned, most of the competitive / sweaty people, spikes, whatever you want to call it, got their tickets.
True.
And then another point I wanted to kind of hit on, Braden MTG, who's pretty popular social media Lorcana person. He has some hot takes, and I like Braden a lot. We talk quite a bit, but he mentioned that if going to DLCs is your number one goal in Lorcana, you should look at other things. And I could not believe that was his take on that. And Hector, you kind of alluded to it too. If you can't play this game at the highest level with your friends, there's nothing better than that, in my opinion. It's the community of people, and even I could bomb out at a DLC, like just completely suck bad, whatever, and it would suck for about an hour. But if I saw one of my friends making a run towards the end of the day, that is just as exciting because you're living, vicariously through that person. There's nothing like that, in my opinion, from DLCs. And if you haven't gotten the chance to do that, hopefully you can get one of those 300 tickets that are coming later. I miss it, dude. It's been way too long. It's been way too long.
Yeah, it's like a drug. You long for that, bro. When you're getting a ticket and bro, you don't have your crack, bro. You're like,
no, is that people don't understand. I guess, look, like you said, maybe they're targeting more of the casual players because they want it to be like at a lower level, and I understand that. But then there's people like us. No offense, like we're not trying to be sweats or anything. It's just we like the competition, and we grew up playing the games. Like we want to win with our friends, right? So we like to play at the next level. Like if you're comfortable with just playing locals, chilling Friday night, playing the locals with your friends, that's cool too. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But then for the other, just like in every other game, whenever they put up like something competitive that you stream, like it gets people excited, it builds up a community, and then it just makes the game keep growing. So imagine if right now they were to say, well, next season, guys, we're just going to do 2 DLCs, and then the rest are just going to be set champs, right?
Then one side has to break.
Yeah, but the game will plummet, and then the game is gonna eventually die out, because like any sports, right? Any sports team is not just casual, right? You have the higher level, you have the major leagues, you have the minor leagues, and then you got the high school level, college level, whatever, right? But everything has a ceiling. So you gotta do that. Like it's just to be at a game successful. Like look, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all those games, they have a high ceiling, right? Like they have that competition, and of course, you still got your local tournaments where people enjoy just to hang out with your friends, but they support both. And they adjust to times to make it enjoyable for the community.
But I don't think the game necessarily dies out in their mind, because like you have to look at it from like how they make money perspective, right? And they make money from selling the product, right? So I like working at a store, I like have at least a bit of this insight, right? When they release a set, minus first chapter because they redid that. Like I'll give you Jafar. Jafar is like one pump done. They released that
like that.
One pump done, bro. One pump done. Everything is sold to the distributors. The distributors push it to the store.
Oh, Brian, we'll talk about that story too.
Oh my god, bro! I remember that crap. But so yeah, so in their eyes, right now, they sell out every set. They sell out every set. If it sits on our shelves or on Target shelves, is it a problem for them? Not yet.
No, I mean you're right. Like that's going back to us being such a small minority of their player base, right? Like
that's where that eventually could happen, right? Because you need competitive players to buy cards from casual players that are ripping, right? Because like unless you're Hector or Stefan, me and Jack, we're not ripping like 40 cases of product.
Whoa. I feel
like why was my name thrown in there so confidently?
Maybe I like opening packs.
Buddy, I got kids. I don't open 40 cases. Maybe 39.
Monica,
I'm opening 40 cases of diapers.
Dude, he's had pack opening parties at his house. She knows how much product he buys.
That's crazy because that's only what he opens at the house. That's not what he opens at the house.
Yo, listen. Hold on. All right. Listen, I don't know where you guys got that information, but the people that come to my house have signed NDAs. So
I've never been, so I can blast you crazy, bro. I've never been.
But you've never been to Hector's house?
No, I've never signed the NDA. I've never
signed the NDA. Stitches, boys.
I've never been invited.
That's a lie because you're always working.
Okay. Yeah, I am always working. But no, I have to say, like, just from seeing all this stuff, I really think somebody's gonna break. Either Ravensburger breaks and they're like, all right, we have to do this to kind of like live because this is what our game is, or the community breaks and they're like, all right, this isn't what we really want it to be, so we're gonna go play Riftbound or some other game that's gonna give me what I want. You know, as much as I love Lorcana, and it's really just which one's gonna happen first. Do the players decide there's something better, or does who's it? Ghosty got all the enchantments, bro? Or does Lord Ravensburger decide like, hey, you know what? Like, yeah, let's just 10 DLCs. You know, we'll pump this out. We'll make everybody happy. And I think it's just waiting to see which one of those happens first, like which side of the spectrum hits.
Oh,
I think the hiring choices they've made have made me hopeful. I will say that, like, and maybe we're not feeling the impact of some of those choices. You know, I don't know behind the scenes how long it takes for those kinds of things to come around. But I mean, the first announcement we got for the DLC season was we are going away from the 2-round format, and it is a best of 3 system.
I mean, everyone's super happy about that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So they're sprinkling in a little bit of sugar in the pile of crap that we're having to swallow. So,
I mean, yeah, they're just
what made it. What they were referring to was best of the 3 DLCs you could get into.
Yeah, I don't know. I have faith that they will. Like, I think, you know, you guys are all like, oh man, if this is season 2, how bad is season 3 going to be? But I honestly do think this is like the stumble in like the mile-long sprint. You know what I mean? Like, this is like just a minor bump in the long road ahead. And I think like are going to see many more DLCs next season. They'll be even better because we'll by that point have the whole CCQ system all sorted out as well. And I think like once you have all of these events in the mix together, it won't feel like you're going months and months and months without.
I still think you're being very hopeful because
doesn't one more DLC mean minus 16 CCQs?
So yeah, it makes like I think we're past the step of it being a minor bump. I think we're already in the medium to high range of a bump after all the time that has passed by. And then you could tell me, all right, well, guess what, guys? We have CCQ. So what? So let's say we're gonna fly out to the middle of freaking nowhere for it.
Yeah, there definitely won't be any Florida stores hosting a CCQ.
Yeah, definitely not. This place sucks.
I do think, and I feel like I am kind of the target audience for DLCs. Like I would pretty much travel to any of them. But with the way this has been handled, I have 1 foot in Lorcana and 1 foot in Riftbound. And if they fumble a couple more times and Riftbound kind of hits the ground running, I'm fully out, you know, and I don't think I'm alone on that at all. Like they're kind of missing the window. Like they had the window when there was kind of nothing else new coming out. That window's closing. The competition's coming back now, and
agreed.
They crap the bed.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
And then you got like announcements from them saying, "Hey, look, all of this is coming in a couple of months. Game hasn't even been released yet, and we already got announcements that hey, first event's gonna be December. It's coming with a judge program. Yep. It's coming with all these perks. We're gonna match all the competition out there, and it's gonna happen, right? So it makes you think like, man, what's going on? And then in the situation,
well, you know they're watching this, right?
Yeah, this is
like Riftbound has to be watching this.
Yeah, this is a playbook.
And that's the moment of capitalize.
Life.
Yeah,
because you're looking, you're like, wow, this is how a player base is getting disappointed. And if we do the opposite within our means, this is a home run. So like, and Riftbound already having, Riot already having experience in the competitive scene, just from a digital standpoint. All they're really doing now is instead of just bringing out a ton of PCs and equipment, just bring out a bunch of tables and chairs. Like it's not going to be difficult for them to hit the ground running. That's why they seem pretty confident in a lot of their social media posts about, yep, we're delivering this, this, and this by this month. Game comes out here. OP starts here. And you can expect your first major competitive event you could attend around this time. Like and there's no shying around it. It's just they speak with a lot of confidence, and if they hit a home run, it's gonna be a home run.
Yeah, the mouse can only carry you so far, baby.
Yeah, people will always come back to, like, I do think Ravensburger can get another way to sell out. They're still gonna
And
sell
the
out.
icing on the cake is you could play on Pixelborn.
No, not
Like-
anymore. Now that you mentioned it,
The
No,
game,
they literally
No.
came out and said
They
until
don't
they have
care.
their
No, I
own
know.
client, they don't
I-
care.
they said, let me tell you, the game is not. Tomorrow we get all the release. The game is not even out yet. And guess what? People are already doing tournaments. So it's back to the golden days.
Yep.
It's back to the golden days. Now you're telling me you announced 3 DLCs. Cool. You know what? If you announced 3 DLCs, if they were more closer to each other, I would say, okay, we're gaming here, right?
Or even in
But-
different regions, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I
Because,
said, you put one in September, or let's say you did one in October, then you hit one in November, and then you hit one in January, right? Back to back to back. So people get excited for something. But don't tell me you're gonna do one in October, then we got January, and then June. Like what?
It's crazy.
So like for example, the ones that they picked in October, they're really bad dates for me. So that just means I'm just not gonna play competitive Lorcana. But like you guys were saying, everyone else is taking advantage at their layup. They're giving a layup to everybody else. You got CCS that dropped the, guess what? We're dropping 4 tournaments. Here's an invitational, come through, no problem. You got PPG is like, well, guess what? Tickets are not selling out for our summits and they're being very popular. So everybody's taking advantage and they're seeing this and they're like, well, we tried, we communicated with the people, but it is what it is. You know, that's not what you want to hear.
PPG threw down yesterday with that post.
Yeah.
Yeah, PPG threw down.
yeah.
I mean, they're
I mean,
all
to-
trying to show
To be fair, I think competition is great for the attention, right? So in a scenario where, obviously, in a world where we would love a ton of DLCs, we're not getting them this season, right? So the opportunity that these other stores or organizations that are running these larger tournaments and giving people what they want, right? Cash prizing, large product-based pricing. Like, sure, they can't give away golden Mickeys, but I mean, they can give away the equivalent in product and through trades. And I'm sure if you really wanted a golden Mickey and you couldn't attend a DLC, you would be able to spend the majority, if not all, of your earnings from one of these events to get one. So, like, what is the difference between attending? Like if you're like, I'll take what Mikey said before, right? Like, what's the difference between going to a DLC and going to like a pro player summit or a CCS 25K for you, if all you're really focused on is just a competitive aspect?
there's an end product, like there's an end goal, right? Like it's not just I top 8'd this tournament, I did well, cool, I got some money, that's cool. No, there's like, all right, I did this, now I qualified for this other official thing. And if I do well there, I'm qualifying for Worlds, like to go against all the best people. Like that's what
Agreed.
gets the juices flowing. It's not like,
Agreed.
okay, I qualified on this circuit. Like it's still good. It's supplemental, right? The third party tournaments are the only reason that Lorcana is even around right now. Like no doubt in my mind. SSG, PPG, CCS, all these other outside tournaments are the only reason Lorcana still has 2,000 people that sign up like that. The game is good, but the community is way better. So, I mean, I still have faith. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm a Riftbound gamer now. Like, see you nerds. But they need to get their crap together. Like they can't afford any more fumbles.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, like, let's say they have a rough season too, right? The playbook strategy can work in their favor as well too if they take notes from some of these other games. Like, again, Riftbound starting off strong, right? Like, let's see like how they were able to garner such a player base, right? I mean, you're talking about 2 very strong IPs. I mean, one with a substantially larger catalog of characters and history and whatnot, but I think it's fair to say like they're 2 entertainment industry giants, right? If for people who follow IPs just in general, like let's say I have a hypothetical for you guys, right? Let's say you were to blind play test both of these games, right? No characters, like anything, like in comparison, what I guess what attracts you to each specific game if you weren't focused on the IPs?
It's not even close.
Not even close.
It's not even close.
Yeah, so that's something to
Riftbound is
consider.
way better. But I will say, I think the only thing with Riftbound that would make me a little hesitant is if it was your first card game to play. I think that learning curve is going to be steep.
Mhm.
Lorcana does not have that. Lorcana, this could be your first game, and it is very easy to pick up and play. Riftbound is going to be there's a steep learning curve for people that have played a lot of TCGs. So someone that hasn't, like if I had to teach my dad how to play this game, it would take him a lot longer to learn.
But that's the exact purpose of, I think, Lorcana.
Yeah, I agree. It's entry level.
Casual game.
Yep.
I heard the comparison that it's like baby Magic.
It is. It
No,
is. There's no
I hate when
interaction.
people say that because yes, there's no interaction on turns, but dude, the resource system is like miles above Magic
It's
as
better.
far as
Oh,
skill
sure,
and-
an
you know what
improvement. I mean,
like
yeah.
not just that, like it is a skill testing mechanic, inking.
what
You know
to
what I
do.
mean? Like
No.
when you
yeah.
you can literally watch a player take one single turn and watch them ink the wrong thing, and you immediately know, okay, cool, that player is like new to the game or doesn't know the matchup or whatever. You know what I mean? Like in Magic, that just doesn't exist. They play their mountain because it's the land they have that they, you know what I mean? Like there's no. So that's one thing that I will say, like even blind, like you were saying, if it just didn't matter, like one of my favorite things about Lorcana is the resource system. You know how many times in Riftbound even I've had a card that I'm just like, well, this is a dead card in hand that's never doing anything. Like at least in Lorcana, you can turn it into a land.
Yeah, I there is skill expression in Lorcana. Like I don't disagree with that, but there are so many linear decks that you can win with that don't require skill expression at all, like Steel Song.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, I mean, but that kind of in any game. I mean, even in Magic, like red deck wins.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
It isn't. It isn't every game. I mean,
It's just
100%.
like you said, learning that game is a lot easier than some of these other game. Instead of saying baby Magic, you could say, I mean, I would go as to say like Magic in the early stages.
It was non-interactive. Magic.
Because yeah, exactly. Like in the early stages when things weren't as complicated, but I think if this game does make it past like a couple more years, that it's going to get to the point where obviously everything is powercraft, and maybe they start at putting cards that you do on your opponent's turn and things like that. Maybe it gets there.
I don't think they ever do that.
I don't
Look,
think they ever do that either.
Look at it changes the way you play the game insanely. Like think about, like, you guys might know Magic, right? Let's say I go to double sing with Ursula, right? Deceiver of All, and I'm going to double sing Storm, and I'm waiting for a response, and then like Doomblade. Everybody knows Doomblade, so you just turn around and you just like tap to kill your Ursula. So now the song that I played on the Ursula and the Ursula are just in the trash.
Get good, bro. Get good. You should have played around it.
But how you play around it, right? You have to.
You hold on to your green counter spell.
That would just change.
It just changes.
Game.
That's what I'm saying. It changes the game. Good cards become bad. Bad cards become good. Right. You have to leave ink up at the end of my turn so I can present a threat to you. Like if I tap out and there's interaction and I'm like, okay, Hector, you go. You're like, oh shit, this is old schooler. But if I just go pass and I've got 5 ink up, I mind fucked you, and there might be nothing in my hand, bro. You might be like, damn.
Judge, he's cursing.
I don't think Lorcana ever goes to a point where you're consistently.
The closest thing that could happen I could see is like maybe like secrets from Hearthstone make an appearance.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, yeah,
in
that's
that
fine.
regard.
That's actually a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, you play one face down, and and the triggers based on something that happens.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that would be something more like there, because anything like what we were just talking about, you would have to add rules into Lorcana for how like a stack works or a chain or whatever it gets called. Because like obviously we have the bag, but that's still a little bit different because it doesn't factor in like responses really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It doesn't work.
You'd have to restructure the game in a way that just would be wild.
Yeah, it would be a new game.
Somebody made a comment that I just saw. Mr. All-Star said, would it have been better if the 3 NA DLCs were back-to-back, month-wise, and then bigger break to NA champs? I think it would have been, just because then it gives you hope that next year there might be some more events, right? Like, let's say they do back-to-back-to-back, that they could actually handle it, and that maybe they give us some surprise events in the middle before Nats. But now that we know it's one in January and one in June, I don't expect anything.
That's awesome.
Also, sorry for mentioning Steel Song. I know Stefan probably got hurt.
A little bit. It's fine. And again, I've been saying, everybody's like, "Oh, your deck is dead past rotation. What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I'll play a new deck." Like I only play it.
Also,
really because-
Infinity is going to be a thing. We have guaranteed a DLC in the format. You know, like people act
Listen.
like Infinity is going to be just nothing, and it's going to be a competitive format.
I have a hot take on Infinity after Stefan finishes his thought.
Oh no.
No, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, Infinity exists, so it'll be nice, but also potentially Hiram and Popsicle will still exist too, or Force Sphere will exist. So
Yeah, they're back. For
yeah,
sure.
so I mean, like again, I've played more Steel Song than I care for, but it's not because like it's the only deck I want to play. It's the deck that I have the most reps in, and I don't want to change anything else due to the lack of time that I have. Like when Pixelborn was out, and the even with the web app that should not be named being out, and the limited amount of time I have to play, like the amount of reps I have to put into another deck compared to what I have on Steel Song is just, it's for me, it's such a comfort pick, because even if I end up doing bad, like it's whatever. But I'm excited to be forced to play something else in Core Constructed.
So
what that is, I don't know, but we'll see.
And this is, I don't want you to take this offensively, but
Sure.
This is, I think, an integral problem with people that played Steel Song that before this rotation comes out. Because I think Steel Song teaches you a lot of bad habits to play like a value game and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of get out of jail free cards that you have within Steel Song that you can just not be punished by making certain plays.
Mikey, who hurt you with that deck, bro? Who personally hurt you?
I'm just being honest, dude. I'm just being honest. I think
I will say that I agree with you, Mikey, because like for example, a lot of people, when they ask me why do you like playing Naveen, right? Because Naveen has helped me out of really bad situations, right? It's stolen tempo back for me when I do like Naveen Zeus, or if I'm out of cards, I do Naveen Wheel, right? So like you're right. I do think that it like there's more meaning to the word comfort, as in like it's comfort pick for me because it's the deck I play the most, but also comfort because it does allow for potential misplays and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So like you can
misplay all day in that deck and just get saved. Ariel can find you the out.
But that's my point.
Right.
And it's not because Stefan plays Steel Song I'm saying that. It's because that deck, I think I had the same conversation with my dad who plays Steel Song. I was like, this deck teaches you really bad fundamentals from a game play standpoint. If this is your first deck to learn, it can teach you some really bad habits. So if you take Steel Song, just pick it up and play it, you can do great. Switching to another deck is a lot harder hill to climb than if someone played a purple X deck and switched to something else. Purple teaches it, they're overpowered cards. Don't get me wrong. A lot of purple cards are overpowered, but it teaches you a lot of the fundamentals of the game that it can be translated from deck to deck. And that's just, I mean, this is kind of.
Honestly, I read between the lines, and this is what I read when you said, or heard when you said that. Okay.
Damn,
So
this comment just got pushed up here like it was nobody's business. Wow.
Bro, listen, every game, like we said, every game has that one deck. Steel Songs is it. You know, I don't know how many times like they have nothing. They have one Ariel on board. You got like 3-4 cards in hand. You got a good board. You got them down, and they're just like.
Good example was the Chuck match that he had, the legendary Chuck match. He was dead in the water, doesn't have the cards. And this man is like, well, I got wheel into wheel and I just decked you out just because. Had no outs, but that one little percentage.
Yeah, so I've done that a couple of times too. But you're right.
Chuck's so mad that game is like a claim to fame for him now. And it ended with a tie. That was to draw. It didn't even win him the match.
Guys,
didn't he double on that event too? So it's like it was like all feel bad all the way too. I think he got 9th.
Yeah,
I knocked him out, and he was so mad at me.
Chuck's also like a unicorn.
Drew.
Like he plays a bunch of different decks to a super high level.
Yeah.
Like Habibi's a one trick. He only plays Steel Song.
Oh man, I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of feedback from that.
Before we move on, just one quick question. One thing that I would like to shout out what this comment, what Alpha's made. He said, why did Brazil get 3 new DLCs, right? And then we only get 3. I think that comment is hit it spot on. It's like we've been carrying the game for a whole damn year, and you're just like, well, here's 3 DLCs. We're gonna give 3 more to Brazil. Asia is getting 4. Everybody else is getting their DLCs, and we're just here twiddling our thumbs. I think that's just
I think it's the expansion of the game into the other areas. They had to sprinkle it in a way. And I mean, to be fair, Brazil is new and closer for us than EU. So there might be some of us who are interested in going to Brazil.
Brush up on your Portuguese, boys.
Not necessarily. I think it's about 7 hours. Almost the same as going to UK.
Is it? I mean, to be fair, I haven't been over to the UK, but yeah, it when I flew to Rio, it was about 8 hours.
Now, something else that you gotta like. Now that we're bringing up the topic on that, look at the DLCs that happen in other far areas, right? Like when you got the one in Australia that only got like 500 players, right? So you're giving DLCs to areas that more than likely you're not gonna probably get the cap, and then you got here that's selling out in seconds and for sure will cap. Right. And then these areas are just getting them. It makes no sense. I get it. They want to expand the game across the world, the whole new world, or whatever you want to do. But come on, man. Like, it just makes no sense.
You know what would spice it up? If they just have the same amount every continent, but they make the promo cards different and they pick movies based in that region.
That'd be awesome.
You're in Germany, you're
God.
getting some Snow White sauce. Go down to South America. You get Encanto in Colombia, bro.
That would be
Oh
wild.
God. I want to say one thing about Infinity that makes me a little nervous about Infinity immediately at the start of rotation. I think that they have not announced a ban list for Infinity because they are not supporting it for 6 months.
They're gonna watch it play out based on.
They're
the
going on the go, bro. They're
But you
going
know
on the
what?
go. They're figuring
Right.
it out on the way.
But you know what? I don't understand that ban list thing either, because essentially you banned it before Jafar came out. So you knew there was nothing in Jafar that was going to change the power of the game, which is true.
Exactly.
And unless there's something insane in Fabled,
I mean, you
I
had a
don't
tier
think
0 deck already, though.
that's what I'm saying. Unless there's something absolutely insane in Fabled, I don't think. I think the ban should have stood and like.
It's your boy Powerline, Kylie.
Let Blue Steel,
Powerline
the
is
slow
saving the day.
version come
What?
back.
So we can see. So the invitational,
the
everybody can
dogs
see.
eat.
Like they could see. Dang, we should have been. Yeah, we should have kept Hiram banned.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
think that is going to be.
That's
That's,
what it
what
is.
makes me nervous about Infinity. Like it really does,
Yeah.
especially for the Invitational, because I am not confident that you would even need a set 9 card to play Infinity to
Yeah.
do well.
You don't even need a set 8 card.
Exactly. I think that's why those cards were banned.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
I don't know. I do disagree with that. I mean, unfortunately, stores like us, and players like us, have to play these tournaments at a high level with these stupid cards, so that they can see and we can save everybody else.
so
That's
you
all I
don't
do.
you don't think that Hiram should have been banned?
No, I do, but I'm saying unfortunately we have to deal with it.
We're the test bed.
Yeah, we
is
have
what you're
like
saying.
the invitational, the next
Yep.
tournament after. We have to do it. We just have to grind through it and show them that either it should have stayed banned, or okay, maybe you guys were right. Maybe it's fine. But I
I
just
love that meme stuck around. I can't believe how long that stuck around, dude. The
Talking
crayons.
about
Granny
Powerline, Mikey, does anybody tell you that you got that little curl like Max from the Powerline, bro? You should
that's why I put my hair like that.
yeah, you should you
I
should
I think I have the nose too.
yeah,
Pretty close to it.
At least you don't have the goof teeth, you know?
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
for
that's
the
close.
release, get yourself some shades and a shirt and just put it on with your hair like that.
I will for you.
It's gonna be fun.
I thought Powerline could save this game, but after yesterday,
Yeah,
Well, I'm
man.
sure that Ravensburger just wants us to see eye to eye on
I'm
that.
not gonna lie, bro. It might have to be Perry the Platypus, bro. Perry,
Oh, bring
Perry
That would be
might-
dope.
bro. When I see Ravensburger put Perry the Platypus on a card, I know it's the last ditch effort, bro.
No,
I
it's
know.
Kingdom Hearts.
All the Pixar stuff.
No, it's
all the
Kingdom
Pixar
Hearts.
stuff.
Pictures already happening.
Yeah.
No, Kingdom Hearts is when I know like, they're done. The last bit of money, we got Kingdom Hearts. Oh, okay, cool. You guys are bankrupt now. The amount of money you have to pay Square Enix, like
Yeah,
Done. You're done.
I
If I
guess
see a Sora
the
card, I sell out. I sell everything. I'm like, yo, Yolanda, you want my binder? Here we go.
it makes no sense. Even if Powerline like comes out, like I'm not going to be playing at any DLCs. I guess the only satisfaction I'm going to get is I'm going to have to be like Monty and pull up with my little speaker with the song like at locals. So maybe we get a little sync together. But other than that, it's just not going to happen.
What do you mean, bro? We're tearing up CCS.
Yeah, and also Milwaukee, right? You're in. Like you're gonna go there. You're gonna get your
in.
national invite.
I'm in, but it's with an asterisk. It depends on certain situations.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
by God, if God wants me to go, I will go.
You're
But
going.
But
We're-
if God
we're
doesn't want me to
dragging
go, then you know.
We're
But
dragging
Atlanta's
you.
happening. Atlanta's
Atlanta.
happening.
Atlanta.
What's in Atlanta? Oh, CCS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna tear them up.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
back.
going.
You gotta protect your crown, man.
There was
Yeah.
a comment down there that said that a specific individual in this chat, by the way he was talking, sees that that says that there might be divorce in the future. Let you guys know, 2026, baby.
All right. I think let's wrap up the
CCS
Lorcana
is
segment
favorable.
on that. I think it's a good time to cut over. We do have another guest in the green room right now. I'm gonna pull him in. Kylie, are you sticking around for this?
No,
Bro, I wish. I don't know anything.
he
about
doesn't
this
even
game.
know how Riftbound works. Right
I don't
now.
know. I've just been too busy grinding,
What's your favorite league champ before you head out? What's your favorite champ?
bro. It's hard, bro.
Probably Kog'Maw.
No.
No, it's like
Um,
Ari or
Yeah,
something.
Ari. Ari. I've always just like when her arcade scheme came out, I was like, yo, this shit's sick. The friggin' 8-bit ball. I suck with Ari too, but
Dude, hey, she's in the game though. You might not
Yeah,
suck
no.
with her in Riftbound.
definitely favorite champ of all time. But I'm gonna definitely play the game. I mean, especially the way Lorcana's
Yeah.
going.
You're
But
just
he's
watching-
prepping for Japan right
Yeah,
I
now.
was gonna
bro,
say, you're
so
locked
much-
in for
Trying to keep
Japan
his
right now.
mind clear.
Yeah, bro. So much set 4 practice, bro. It's
He's
insane.
gone back in time
Yeah.
to
How does
Ursula.
that feel, knowing what you know now and going back a little bit and reevaluating cards that are playable from set 4 now versus when they originally came out?
It's interesting. The only real difference is it's not kind of the same because it's best of 1. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a big
the decks are built completely different. So it's like total new. It's like you do know what cards are good. So there's a little leg up.
There you go, Kylie. I
But
think,
Oh,
I think
God.
Brian
What
says
is
the best.
happening? Let me screenshot this for future like blackmailing. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Bro, you said screenshot and then you took out your phone.
Yeah,
no
well,
way,
bro.
you boomer.
The boomer, bro. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna screenshot boys.
I'm gonna take a picture, guys. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do
Hector-
on the
Hector's
computer.
trying to- no, Hector's
Yeah.
the kind of guy. He's gonna grab his iPad and give it to someone and say, "Hey, can you scan this for me?"
No, I meant taking a screenshot, but a shot from my phone.
A shot of the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hector,
I'm only
Windows
37.
Shift S will let you grab any part of the screen you want. You can copy pasta it, whatever you need. It's beautiful and it looks clean.
All right, man.
Oh,
You guys
man.
like yet another
Oh.
computer stuff, or it'll be
Crazy.
over for y'all.
But honestly, I hope you guys enjoy some Riftbound talk. I know the set's finally 100% released. I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And I think Mustache, who's going to be coming in here, we're actually sending him to Kinko's or wherever to print
Proxy.
tons of proxies. So if you guys want to come play and learn to play, every Saturday he's going to be doing it.
Yep, I'm gonna be involved in
And
that. too.
Jack as
Right.
well. And then
Awesome.
we may get more like stream games going. So I know we're gonna try to go really hard in Riftbound, the same we do for Lorcana. Hopefully the game just supports everything as much as
Honestly, if you guys are looking to do proxies and stuff, instead of going to Kinko's, unless you're trying to do it like this Saturday, I understand, or FedEx, whatever, reach out to Dizdude.
Yeah,
His process for making those proxies, and he has like foil ones, so you guys
Yeah,
can-
they look
that's right. He told us
insane.
that on the last. All right, yeah, right. Maybe we do
Oh,
it.
Hector, I told you about him too. Did you end up
Yeah,
picking anything?
I was waiting for the full set to release
Yeah.
so I could put a deck list together, a couple decks, and then just get them done to have. That's why I haven't responded in that chat. And yes, I'm retiring early. That's why I'm working hard now. Carrier pitches are the best. Don't hate.
All right, I'm gonna remove the QR code. So if you haven't signed up, You can search us on the TCG Ravensburger Play Hub website. And we have 35 players already that signed up. So nice way to start it off. And our cap for this one's 125. So make sure that you grab a spot if you want to join us on this super awesome release event for Fabled new core constructed rotation. SSG always does it best, making the meta day one. Let me hide all this cute stuff now. And we'll bring Mustache in. Where's he at? Mustache, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. He's ready. All right.
And
Hey.
hello, my fellow thespians.
All right.
Thespians,
Hello.
what? Are we actors?
Awesome. So returning
worse.
guest to the show, Mustache. Huge fan of Riftbound. And just like Kylie had mentioned, we'll be hosting more Learn to Plays on Saturday with Jack.
Yes.
So that's super awesome. And prior to you actually coming, if you're interested in doing some Learn to Plays, I do want to shout out the video that Skinner did in collaboration with Jack and Southside Gaming. The Learn to Play video that they put out, I think he put it out 2 days ago.
Yeah. Do you want me to put the link in the Twitch chat?
I'm just if you could do that, that's fine. I was just about to do it here and pin it
Well,
as
you're
well.
pulling that up. I want to tell a funny story about this video. I literally just earlier tonight, someone asked me about a card. They were like trying to remember how much energy Get Excited costs. And I go, I think it's 3, maybe it's 2. Let me Google it. And I type in Get Excited Riftbound. And the first thing I see is my face as a screenshot of the YouTube video that's up there. Our YouTube video is like the first thing that shows up when you search that. It was baffling to me.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something else.
No, but I just
thought this was going in a direction as well.
Yeah, I heard Get Excited. I'm like, all right, cool, but whatever.
Yeah, we recorded a long session, and Skinner put a lot of love and effort into the editing. Shout out to him for that. Definitely looking forward to some more collaboration projects with him and Riftbound, and also the SSG players as well as players in the community too. So look out for some opportunities being able to play with some of the team in this exciting TCG coming out October this year. I'm sure everyone here in this chat is super excited about it, and possibly considering it given some other situations. But it's been super fun. I haven't been able to play much myself, but I have been keeping an eye on some of the reveals. Still like Jinx. I saw that Yi did really well in a tournament. That
he is insane.
This is exactly what I want to hear.
He's all right. He's all right. He's all right.
I mean, just that whole archetype.
We at Southside Gaming are preparing. I was just talking to Jack while he was on the podcast. I was saying that I apologize. I threw his name into the arena for the Saturdays from 12 to 4. We will be hosting Learn to Plays until the tournament comes out the day after the set one actually releases in October. But we're trying to. We have a lot of things in the work. We have a lot of planning to do, but soon I hope that SSG is going to be the primary Riftbound card shop. So any Riftbound you guys need, you come here. We'll take care of you like your family.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, no, and with the demand going on and stuff like that for the game, my hope is that you guys don't get hurt too bad on the allocation, and a lot of it's available day one, and everyone's able to just have a great time. I personally am looking forward to the starter deck tournament that will be happening, I believe, on release or probably the Saturday after, shortly after release.
It'll basically be day of or the day after, depending on how it lines up.
Yeah, because all we know is October 2025, right? We don't have a specific.
Yeah.
I think they mentioned the later part of October, right?
Yeah, we're not really sure. I don't know if they've given any hint as to the exact date. The closest thing that's popped up for me as far as like a date is GameStop has the pre-order like release date listed for the first weekend of October, but I think that's literally just because it's the first Friday and they're just like hoping. I don't think that that's actually like rooted in any source.
I think we'll know a lot more at the end of the month. By the end of the
Yeah,
month.
did you see that announcement today about like they have a bunch of things planned that they'll reveal to us by the end of the month as far as like tournament structure and rules and things like that. Let me see. It was a nice like bullet list.
Did something Ray mentioned? I don't know if that was accurate. I hadn't heard what he was talking about, but he was saying that like you'll get some kind of recognition for being the best on a specific leader within your region.
Really? Oh, I had not heard about
Kylie
that.
was talking to me about that yesterday too.
I heard something about that.
That's
because
cool.
I don't know if it's entirely true, but what I
Yeah.
heard was that essentially there's gonna be like a 1 through whatever of players, and then like the top 8 of like, let's say there are 8 leaders that are played, or 8 legends technically.
12, 16.
Out of those, the top 16 of the best of Volibear, the best of Ari, the best of Master Yi, they will all get individual prizing.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I thought I was gonna be able to stay longer, but I have to deal with something at home, so I can't really stay longer.
I'll give
No
you
worries.
this.
Well, Hector, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks.
Hopefully we'll start Riftbound a little bit sooner next week, but always appreciate you on the show, and we'll see you around in the shop.
All right, guys. See ya.
See ya, sexy.
Have a good one.
Wow.
All right, I found the list. So Diana D'Amico from
I'm
Riot
posting it.
said by the end of the month you'll have info on events. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
So lots
nice.
of good stuff to look
It's all good
forward to
stuff.
by the end of the month.
Communication is good.
Yeah, this is again super awesome to see prior to the game coming out. I really feel like they've done a really good job at embracing what I'm also considering like the public final beta test after everything is printed. Like there's you can't go back now, right? The card's already made, printed. And this is a good indicator on any changes they need to make in regards to erratas or bans like day one. But so far, everything seems very fair, right? At least the cards that are in the pool now that are available to play.
Snapvine feels fair.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about Commander Ledros. Like, come on, bro.
No, Ledros is super fair. He might even.
I think
be
Ledros is
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Ledros
he might even be too weak. But
But
I think the game is going to be very, very fair. Honestly, I mean, you want a little bit of parity for a card game, and there's going to be times where you do some broken stuff within a certain game, which is what you want. That's the drive that keeps people playing the game when you get to pull off your insane combo.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think people are going to get clapped for the learning curve. Like, I think the
100%.
learning curve is so steep. Like the first few weeks, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I love League of Legends. Let me play my favorite champion, Leona," and they never have a character to use one of their stuns on. Like they just never have a board.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a lot of learning curve stuff but I think the game is very exciting to be a part of for sure.
What champ are you playing with the most right now?
I sent you the Jinx deck. I think that
yeah,
one is pretty good. I've kind of dabbled with a little bit of everybody. I think Set's very good. I tried Teemo. I know Jack's a Teemo believer, but I'm not 100% sold on Teemo anymore.
By the way, Jack, I'm trying to fit that Mundo in. Like, I know it's not like
it does not belong in that deck. Sorry,
I know, because you're constantly taking stuff out.
Yeah, we literally one of the best card in that deck pulls cards out of your discard.
Yeah, I love Mundo as a champion. I want to fucking go as I please.
No, there will be a Mundo deck. It just won't be Teemo. Mundo's like way better in like Kai'Sa or something like that.
I think Kai'Sa's incredibly strong too.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I think Mundo's fine because I see a lot of people when they were like evaluating that card, they're like, "Oh, but how big is your trash really ever going to be?" And it's like, bro, if there's like even 5 cards in there, he's passing back to you with like 10 strength or whatever. Like it's pretty solid.
So
I think it'd have to be 7.
I guess I should have
Straight Fury.
I should have sent you
it's mono Fury runes because of the Twisted Fate.
Yeah. This was an idea from Ray, SSG Ray, who wanted to do it with Annie, and then Joey and I kind of started talking more and more about it. And you the one card I think you're missing without playing purple resources is Rebuke. And Rebuke is a good card. Like, don't get me wrong, but this deck felt very good, very resilient. Tested it against like Kai'Sa, Victor, which are typically hard matchups for Jinx. So yeah, Phoenix is probably it needs to be a 3 of, but this is where I started. And again, and Jack alluded to what the idea of the deck is. You're playing mono red runes so that every time TF flips, so TF has an ability there that whenever he attacks, reveal the top of your rune deck and then recycle it, do one of the following based on its colors. So you are always dealing 2 damage to one enemy unit and 1 to all other units with TF, which is incredibly strong against something like Victor.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super fun. Overperformers are sneaky deckhand. I think that card is insane.
Yep.
So much so that I added, if you scroll up just a little bit, there's that 2-cost card called like, not that one, it's like Vanish or something like that, or Morbid Return. That's it. So you can make your own Misfortune with the 3-drop. If it dies early game and you need like 1 extra point, all of a sudden you can pay this, get the 3-drop back, put it right to a battlefield, get a point. It's like a quick little, I don't know, it's like a mid-rangey aggro kind of deck. I've enjoyed playing it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Specifically Sneaky Deckhand, I feel like that card is so strong.
Very.
Because on the draw, you can play it on turn 1.
Yep.
Which means that like if your opponent on their turn 1 played out a guy, right? He comes in exhausted and isn't at a battlefield. And then your turn 1 is literally playing the Sneaky Deckhand directly to a battlefield. Like you're already kind of one-upping them because you now took the initiative and you've kind of got the tempo. And that's why I love Sneaky Deckhand in Teemo, because then you can specifically also follow that turn 1 play up
with
hiding something immediately, you know, like it's pretty gross. It's really great in this deck too, because obviously in this deck, you really want to just like rush those battlefields and maintain control of them with your removal and stuff like that. So being able to just snag one and then just start zapping all their guys, really strong. So you have a high chance to hold it.
And that Twisted Fate, do you think it'd be good in Kai'Sa?
What's the blue one?
Can't. No, it's a purple card.
Oh, it's purple, yeah.
Yeah. Twisted Fate is a purple card that cares about red, blue, and yellow runes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a purple card. Okay.
And there is no purple yellow.
Yeah, you can't currently do a purple yellow deck because, funny enough, all 3 of the like enemy color pairings don't exist, which is Order and Chaos, Mind and Body, and Calm and Fury.
Yeah.
So we'll see if those color combinations ever show up. But I think more likely than that is honestly that the TF legend is just going to say you can put any runes in your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stefan, I'm going to put this in here in the private chat. Jack, you gave me your deck list for Teemo, and I do like it. There's some things that are different than what I had. I didn't play Ahri. Why do you play Ahri here?
Oh, you have to play Ahri.
Yeah, Ahri is one of the best statted 3-drops in blue, in my opinion, because if you look at her ability, it triggers on attack or defend, which means that she's effectively functioning as a 5 might unit for 3. You're gonna have to try pretty hard to find another unit that can compete with that rate, basically. So
and with Teemo, you can just snipe stuff now. If you flip the Teemo, that's
exactly. She also very specifically in this deck has some additional synergies on top of being that good rate unit, right? Because like Mikey just said with the Teemo, if you have someone attack into you and then you flip Teemo, the blue Teemo specifically, then you can do some damage, and she can, with her ability, put something in range that wouldn't have normally been in range, you know? Because in this deck, your Teemo flips are going to usually average between like 2 to 3 damage. So putting something from a 5 might unit or a 4 might unit down to 2 or 3 to put it in range of that Teemo kill can literally just completely flip fights.
Yep,
So,
that is fair.
yeah.
That is fair.
I think she's super good. I think a lot of blue decks are going to include this Ari, at
Yeah,
least
almost
very
all
early
of
on.
them.
She's really good.
Yeah, I did not see the defend portion. I only saw attack, so now I definitely understand why.
Yeah,
it is.
and defend triggers just in general are pretty solid in this deck. I don't know that we have a ton more besides this, but you're generally in the Teemo deck trying to establish a quick hold on a battlefield and then just maintain that control
Yeah.
with our traps and tricks. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. So yeah, Ari is awesome.
And that Ari doesn't have an altar yet, right? Or is that technically the altar?
No,
There's an
yeah,
altar.
it does have an altar. It's the one where she's like an evil, like demon looking. She's like all purpley and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's not on Piltover Archive, I don't think.
It is, yeah. It's like I think it's the Midnight Ari. Is
Yeah,
what
that
it's called?
sounds probably right. She looks like she walked out of Hot Topic.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Teemo deck. I will say more so than Teemo lately, though. I've been playing Master Yi just because that deck is baby.
Yeah.
Let's see if we
Here,
can find one.
yeah,
Or you have
I
a
can
link?
send you my list. Let's see.
Mustache, if you're looking on Piltover, you have to click the card and then it has like a little arrow key that you can look at the alt art.
Ah. Yeah, thank you. Now I understand.
Why is it Chinese He? Oh god.
I probably could have looked at this before I opened.
Yeah, there are some interesting titles for the Yi decks and the Lee Sin decks. I don't know why, but there's just been some like there was a tournament the other day where two Master Yi decks made top 8, and one of them just had like this like wildly racist.
That's great.
nickname.
Oh, I mean, it's
And I was just like, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. But my Yi deck is just called Yi.
That's how I named all my decks too. I think I just looked
Yeah.
at the name of the character and
The only one that I didn't really do that is for Lee Sin. My version I called Sinners. But yeah, this is it. It's just super kind of mid-rangey. This deck is like a go tall deck. We're generally trying to just stick like one unit to a battlefield and then use a bunch of combat tricks to protect it and make combat go our way.
so you just named the deck as you were saying that. It's mid-range Yi. Mid-range Yi.
Mid-rangey. Dang, that's good. But yeah, it's super fun. The turn 1 plays in this deck are pretty wild because you've got Wielder of Water for when you're on the draw, and
that card's broken.
The Stalwart Poro when you're on the play, and both of them are insane because when you pair those two cards with the Yi Legend power, like Poro defends for 5 on his own, and Water defends for 6. Like, it's pretty wild when you're just like, here's one guy that I played on turn 1 that's going to have all this power, and then you can use the rest of your runes moving forward to help protect that one character. Because if you scroll up, we've got like a bunch of combat tricks in this deck.
Yeah.
How do you like Kiana?
Kiana is crazy. That card is like we focus a lot on holding in this deck.
Yeah.
But Kiana is one of the nice sort of like initiators, because when you can cap a battlefield with her, the choice of either drawing or ramping is like, it's so powerful, because you just take a look at your hand and you go, all right, do I have a bunch of stuff? I need the resources to play. Awesome, we ramp. Or am I kind of low on stuff? Right, then we draw a card. And it's usually a one-time effect, but I was for a little bit testing out that battlefield where when you hold, you conquer, or whatever, you get your conquer effects on hold, and that was really good. But now the other 3 battlefields I have in here are just way too powerful for what the deck's trying to do.
Yeah, just like you said about Twisted Fate being or Ari being a must in the Teemo deck, I think Kiana is a must in Bully Bear. Like that is such a good card to have early.
Yeah, she's very solid. You can play her on turn 2 a lot of the time.
But she doesn't trigger. She doesn't trigger Volibear, right?
No,
No, she doesn't. But
Yeah,
the ability to channel a
believe
rune
it.
early as well,
yeah.
like while also having a body and having deflect.
Yeah. Okay. I think Volley's also very good with Dazzling Gleam, probably.
Mr. All-Star, to answer your question, Piltover Archive actually has a section for events and stuff, so you can look at those and see decks that have done well in tournaments, as few and far between as tournaments are currently.
Are there any champions that you guys are hoping to see tomorrow?
Zach,
would be a good one.
he's my favorite champion, League of Legends.
Zach would be
I just
awesome.
want Sejuani in the game. I think that would be sweet.
Yeah. I feel like you can't have Sejuani without Ashe.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, we have Anivia, so
We do. You're right. We do have Anivia.
Like,
yeah.
Do
I forgot
do
about
we
that.
not have the 3 sisters, Lysandra, Ashe?
no, we don't
or
have any
Sejuani?
of them. Not a single
No.
one is in the game right now.
Yeah, they're probably all going to come together.
Yeah, I could see it.
I'm hoping for Oriana. Just because I'd be interested to see what they could do with her. It'd be fun.
Yeah, aside
Also,
from my
like Gwen.
bias. Oh yeah, Gwen would be nice. Aside from my bias, I'd love to see what Nico could do because I like the whole shapeshifting mechanic. I wonder how that would take play as her card ability.
It's true. Very true.
What about you, Stefan?
I'm trying to think of like an underrated character that I've played, because you have to remember I have such a long gap in playing League of Legends that I'm trying
and
to.
you didn't play Legends of Runeterra, right?
I did not. I mean, I've heard great things, and I think it's like for the most part, all of it's like pretty free to play, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the freest to play game.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, but I think
Surprising.
I can't see a world where like that can exist in its form, or like I guess a monetary form, or if it ever wasn't a monetary form. But like, let's say with as much adoption that Riftbound is targeting, like, you know, obviously there, and because of Runes of Runeterra exist, having a digital client for this has to be somewhere in the works, right? So like,
That would be cool.
it's just yeah. I mean, I'd probably be waiting for that, but okay. So no, going back. So the 3 champs that I've played with the most have been Yi, Garen, and the other one. I had a short run with him before I finished, but he was the one that would continuously build up his spell damage. I think the more you
Ascendant?
No, the more you hit
Rise?
character. Who?
Rise?
No, that's an earlier on one.
Build up
He
spell
reminds me a lot of Vivi from Final Fantasy 9.
Oh,
Vhagar.
Yeah, Vhagar.
Yeah.
Oh, stacking. Okay.
Yeah, so like you would, every time you connected his like the like
Yeah.
The Q.
his Q, like your spell damage would increase, right? And you just go with like massive
Dude,
glass cannon spell damage.
His Legends of Runeterra build was very emulated that very well, I guess, because I don't know anything about his kit in League, but in Legends of Runeterra, he would get these darkness spells, and then every time you would get another darkness spell, if you already had a darkness spell, it would just increase the damage on darkness. And so you would like generate a darkness and then play a bunch more things that would have generated a darkness, but it just pumps it up, and then you get this massive like just kill somebody in one shot, basically.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, the champions that they've decided to go forward with so far, at least in the reveals, are all pretty like household names for me, and I'm pretty happy to see like a Jinx, super awesome one. Again, that I'll probably bounce between Jinx and Yi. But you know, I'll still try the other ones too. I was not a big fan of Teemo in the actual game. Probably won't be a big fan of him in paper as well, just because of like the PTSD I had from dealing with him.
Ezreal's another one I think would be a really probably easy one. Like if I was betting, I bet Ezreal gets announced tomorrow.
That would be cool.
Because Lux, we already have Lux. You know, I feel like
True.
I don't know.
How would you design another one? I remember too, only because their skin was hilarious for their ult, but Fiddlesticks.
Oh man.
Oh,
He's a hidden card
Probably.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely a hidden card. I think once they introduce Fiddlesticks is when they'll add like maybe a new effect called Fear, where maybe it like returns your unit to the battlefield like on force or something like that.
I mean, we have bounce effects though that aren't currently under a keyword, so I don't know that they would keyword it, but I could see him like bouncing stuff maybe.
But it would be something new to add, and it would be like an effect. Like it wouldn't be like, oh, bounce this. It would just be like, oh, Fear, any like champions on this field would get either like pushed back, or one champion on this field would get pushed back.
I just remember his old with the birthday suit, right?
Yep.
The camp.
Yeah. One person that I really, because he's also my favorite support, Nautilus. I would love to see if he's like all CC or something.
Green Nautilus. His archetype in Legends of Runeterra was so fun, and he's one of my favorite legends from League too. Like,
I'm surprised we got no love for Bilgewater in this.
what do you
They're
mean?
probably gonna do it. Well, I mean, we did get a few.
We got Twisted Fate. We got Misfortune.
Yeah.
No, but compared to all the Bilgewater, like Gangplank, Illaoi, Nautilus,
There's a lot. There's a lot.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of legends from every region. You know, it's
Yeah.
going to be, yeah. And what's cool about this game compared to Legends of Runeterra is the regions aren't the colors like they were in Legends of Runeterra, which means that they could do a region specific expansion, basically, where like we could get like, I don't know, Outlaws of Bilgewater or something like that, right? And that would be a fully like Bilgewater themed expansion that could cover all the different champions that fall into all these different categories, you know? Because in Legends of Runeterra, the regions were the colors, so they couldn't really do releases like that, you know? You couldn't do like a Freljord set because then it would just mean that only one color got stuff.
Yep.
You know? So
I have a ruling question that I just got from a friend. I believe the answer is yes. They asked, can you play the 3-cost Jinx if you have no hand? So you play them, it says when you play me,
not a
discard
cost,
2. I
it's
said
an
yes.
effect. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
You can. And you
Yeah,
want to.
I
That's
believe
the thing.
so. Yeah.
Who do you guys think is the most slept on? Obviously, barring the cards we get tomorrow, because that could change a whole lot. But who do you think is the most slept on legend right now?
Teemo.
Legend? Yeah, I would love to say Teemo. I think the most slept on legend is probably Leona
Leona.
or Misfortune.
Misfortune's definitely slept on. I haven't seen anybody playing her.
I've played against a few people on Pixelborn rocking Misfortune, and like, man, I want that deck to be so good. Misfortune's one of my favorite champions in all of League. But man, that legend power is just butts, man. Why like literally just give something ganking when there's so many ways in the game already to get things ganking, or just to move them without ganking. Like, I just don't know that it's impactful enough. But what I do like is that in those colors, orange and purple, you're actually like set up to make like a really good mid-range deck potentially that has a lot of access to removal, to powerful characters, and to like, if you're playing orange and purple, you get the orange play guys to occupied battlefields effect that they get, and you get the purple play guys to open battlefields effect that they get, which I think opens up a lot of cool opportunities for like your opponent is like a damned if they do, damned if they don't situation of like, oh, I could try to protect this, you know, battlefield, but if they've got the 8 guy from orange that can just go there, like they lose to that. And if they don't move it in, then you just play a, you know, Misfortune directly to the open battlefield or whatever. So I don't know. It's an interesting list, I think, that is potentially held back by a lackluster legend.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
We've seen a lot of very powerful orange cards, and it still doesn't feel like Misfortune is good enough.
Yeah,
because the other orange cards or orange legends, I should say, are just using those cards.
Yeah, I mean,
better.
when you're looking at set and then you look at Misfortune, it's like, what if I'm like you're going orange, right? And you now have to compare between those two champions. It's like, well, I think Order is probably the better other color than Chaos because
that's exactly how I feel about Leona in yellow, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you have a yellow legend, but I can just use Set who does the same cards, but just better.
So we talked about who we thought was either underused or underwhelming or like underperforming. Who do you think is the most overrated legend?
Overrated?
Yes.
Hmm.
As much as I love him, I think overrated is Volibear.
I don't think so. I think Volibear is really good.
No, but I think they're not like overrated as in like they're like bad or anything. It's just that maybe they're either hyped up too much or because Volibear realistically, he is crazy, especially with the new Dazzling Aurora that they came out with.
Yeah.
But there are so many counters. Like if I go into Jinx, I know they're gonna have possession. I know they're gonna have rebuke. I'm gonna get destroyed. I just have to pray they don't have it or they.
But like possession, I feel like is very easy to play around because you have to be at a battlefield to use it, and if they're tapping out to do that, they're at such a losing position already. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I want to say Ari, but Ari has been good too. So I don't know if I can say that it's overrated.
Okay. I think Yasuo is also a really very complicated but a very good deck, just like Law in One Piece. If you can get the hang of it, you should top in most tournaments.
Do you think Yasuo is underrated?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a separate thing I just thought of because I just saw him and I know you love Yasuo.
He's a lot of fun.
Yasuo.
I feel like his hero power, you can get a lot of mileage out of it, but there's a lot of times when it's just like not good enough or too expensive. And when you compare that to other hero power like Victor, where you're just like literally like you're getting value out of Victor the whole game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with Master Yi. Like it's one of the reasons I love that deck so much is like I know I'm gonna be getting value out of that hero power like constantly. So yeah, it's tough to say. I would say maybe the most overrated is Set, but not because he's bad, but because he is not the best deck in format like I think a lot of people think he's going to be.
That's fair.
I've played against that deck a lot, like Yi versus Set, and I think maybe I've lost like one game against it. It's like they are really able to grind out a lot of value with the like saving your guys with buffs, you know, but the fact that it gets recalled and then like you need to have constant supply of buffs to like get value out of it, I think makes it a little difficult to
well, a lot of interactions don't work on Pixelborn either. I don't know if they're playing on TTS.
Yeah, no, I mean it's been both, obviously. So like with Pixelborn, you got to take a grain of salt, but it's like I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh, I just won off a glitch, I'll count that as a win.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But like you can't use Cole with Set on Pixelborn. You can't use some of the other sacrificing mechanics with Set. So there's some certain things that just don't work. But no, I think that is a good call. I think he's still harder to play because that advantage he has of his champion power, once you burn it, you're open, right? Like against certain people can really punish that, and good players will know, okay, now that his ability's down, I can wipe his board while they don't have buffs, and you can kind of get blown out that way. I used to think Jinx was overrated, but I actually think she's very good.
No, Jinx is crazy. You're literally drawing twice as many cards as your opponent most of the time. You know? Like,
and there's no downside to it most of the time.
So aside from Misfortune, who do you think has the worst leader ability? I think it's between Darius or Darius. I'm sorry, Garen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, holy dude. Darius is his hero power is so good. He just needs like more stuff to do in that deck. I don't know. I tried testing Darius out early and it's a very strong deck, but I feel like it's just like one tier below some of the other good stuff. But that hero power is not the problem at all. That hero power is crazy because you literally will be sitting there trying to like math out your turn. And you're like, oh, I'm one turn ahead of what I think I am. You know what I mean? Like that extra.
I think Garen is probably the easy answer.
I'm looking at everyone and I like of course Victor is underwhelming, but you have so many
No,
cards
it's
that
very good.
help with the.
You
that
think
help with
Victor's is
the-
underwhelming?
No, Victor's
No,
incredible.
Yeah,
okay,
Victor's is
okay.
so
Let me
whelming.
finish. Let me finish. I think as a leader effect, it is underwhelming, but you have so many cards that support it. If we're just talking about the leader effect
Yeah,
as a
but
whole,
I mean, what
then I
makes
think it's underwhelming.
being able to supply a dude every turn underwhelming? Like that's like
It's a
insane. Like that's such good
1/1.
value.
It's
But
a
it does,
1/1.
like, but I mean, even in a lot of our testing, you've pointed out the might on it doesn't matter so much. It's
Yeah,
about the
just a
fact that you
dude.
just have a
I
guy
don't
that can
remember
grab
saying it like
a
that.
base.
I don't remember saying
Pressure.
it.
It's just pressure.
Yeah, because when you like the Victor decks that are building themselves as like, here's removal.deck, and then my hero power is constantly supplying guys. Like it doesn't matter if it's just one might if your opponent has literally nothing on board. You know what I mean? Like,
Fair.
yeah, I don't know, that hero power is really good, I think.
I actually, this is probably a hot take, but I actually think Yeez isn't that good.
I'm not worried about it with Volibear.
That's you know, I don't know, say what you will, but I've killed Volibears with Poros because of, you know, it all adds up.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's scenarios where it's very good, but I'm a little, I don't know. It's kind of niche, right? While you defend alone.
Yeah, but
Right.
again, like if you look at my list, like it's just
Yeah,
built to do that. You know what I mean? I'm defending alone 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Especially
but like
because of things.
against a spell deck, how do you?
Yeah,
how do you
that is where it is. Like that's the one case where it's bad is against Lux and Kaisa, because you're like almost never doing a ton of board combat. So those are definitely the toughest matches for the deck, but it's, you know, if it's like S tier and everything else, and then you've got a tough match that is still winnable, because I've won against a lot of Kaisas and Lux, but yeah, that's definitely where it doesn't shine.
Yeah, and I'm assuming with Kaisa, you will be playing that Echo that when you recycle him.
Oh
ready
yeah,
all your
yeah.
runes.
No, it's not even recycle. It's when he dies, recycle him and ready all your runes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's that'd be crazy if you could just be like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna recycle him. I get all my runes back." Thank you.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you just suicide. Like, Echo is such a cool card because you literally you attack into a battlefield and you go, all right, one of two things is going to happen: either I get this battlefield or I get all my runes back. You know, or sometimes both, depending on if you're swinging it with like multiple characters, right? Yeah,
we probably should have brought all these characters on a screen, but that's what it is.
All right, boys. Let's move on to the picks for the weekend. Stefan?
Yeah. So weekend, let's see. I got a pretty busy weekend. So tomorrow, so I was a couple weeks ago, I went to PPG for locals for Lorcana. And the top 8 were getting 3-day passes to SuperCon. So I ended up 6th that night. To be fair, I think there was only like 14 people there, but yeah, top 8 got the SuperCon badges. So I'll be doing that with my family on Friday. Saturday just opened up, so I think I might try a set champs. And then Sunday I have some family coming in town, so super busy weekend, but that, and then probably gonna go take a deep dive into all the reveals for Riftbound come tomorrow. So pretty excited about that. What about you, Jack? What's this weekend looking like for you?
Well, I'm gonna be here at Southside for pretty much the whole weekend. I think tomorrow I'll be here like all day. Same for Saturday. Hopefully we'll be doing some of the Riftbound Learn to Play if anyone comes in for that. But yeah, then on Sunday I'm gonna try and hit up, I think there's a set champs. I know I think it's PPG on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd like to try to go to that. Maybe I won the last PPG one, so maybe I can run it back.
Got it. Also, Outside's hosting another anniversary tournament this Saturday.
Yes, yeah, it is the Pokemon one, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome, and that's the 3rd out of 4th. So the last one I believe is Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah, and that one's going to be the only one that'll be on a Sunday instead, because there's a regional in Kissimmee on that Saturday.
Got it. Okay. Cool. What about you, Mikey?
Weekend plans, just hanging out with the family probably. Probably just gonna be at home. No, I don't think I'll make it to any set champs this season. I may buy the cards, to be honest.
Wait, you're not
because
making it to any set champs this season?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm
we
doing
missed you last weekend.
Yeah, quite a bit of traveling. I've worked, but it was fun. I was at Turnberry in Aventura there, the hotel. They had a conference, so I stayed there over the weekend. It was pretty nice, but
Felt like all the Freedom Gaming guys were traveling that last weekend because we didn't see any of you.
yeah, my dad's out like for a month.
Yeah, Joey's on vacation.
Joey was at the same conference I was at,
Yeah.
so he was
Okay.
working. I think he may try to get to a set champs this weekend, but I don't know if it's worth like the 5 or 6 hour days with the weekend, because it's just going to be like a fight, and I don't really care to fight about it, you know. So it's like not worth it. I'll just buy the cards. I'll spend the $80 for a play set or something.
Okay. What about you, Mustache?
I am going to be dog sitting starting Saturday for a week. I'm going to be making some extra money on the side, and I've also been trying to pick up as many alt arts for One Piece, because set 13 was slowly leaked, and the King of the Pirates, Goldie Roger, was finally announced, and he is kind of the nuts, as the kids call it. So I'm going to be trying to stock for low prices on certain alt arts so that when set 13 comes, I can Mega Plus.
Nice.
Seems like a solid strategy.
Love a Mega Plus.
Mega Plus.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that being said, we'll wrap up today's show. This one was pretty long, 2 hours, 15 minutes, but we appreciate those of you who stood on with us. I'd like to thank my guests again for stopping by. So, Mikey, first time on the podcast, hopefully not the last time.
Yep.
I was going to say, hopefully the last time.
Real.
For sure. And
Too many good takes.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I know. I was looking for a little bit more spicy takes, but maybe on the next one.
I thought the Steel song was enough for you.
You know, like I feel like you wanted me to take it personal, but I was just like, I know what he means. I know what he means. It's fair. But yeah, no, with that being said, thank you again for joining us, guys. We look forward to chatting with you again next week.